What do you make of the number this morning? It was better than expected. Does it tell you the economy may have another gear in it, that it can run a little hotter than we previously thought?
Well, the number is about what we expected, to be honest, and we still think things are going to slow down this year. Upcoming, we think things will be about 2.7% growth instead of 2.9% this year. And after that, we think the stimulus that we're getting from the tax cuts and spending are going to start to fade.
In that sense, though, I know you don't like to be political, but you are at odds with the administration, which believes the effects of the stimulus will keep going. I mean, their story is that you're going to have these tax cuts that will create capital spending, that will create a productivity boom. Do you disagree with that?
Well, I think we do. I mean, it would be great to see that happen. We'd love to see that happen. But we see most of the effects as being stimulative. And stimulus wears out after a while.
What happens to productivity under your forecast, which is so important for the outlook for growth?
Well, we do have productivity picking up. Productivity's been pretty low, and it's still been a bit of a mystery. We do have productivity picking up and moving up into what one might think of as a normal range over the next few years.
Keith, there's been a big debate, or an emerging debate in the economics community, about how much deficits matter. There was a very important speech by Olivier Blanchard, the former IMF chief economist, and then also in Congress there are people who are saying deficits don't matter. What's your view?
Deficits have an effect. We think deficits, certainly deficits affect flexibility. One of the things I think is really notable is we're having pretty strong growth right now, almost 3% last year. Unemployment rate's low, yet we added about $780 billion to the deficit. And that's very good times. When things turn less good, we're going to see the deficit balloon after that, and I think it'll affect the flexibility of things. And we're starting to spend more and more on interest cost. One of the startling things about the report we just released is over the next 10 years, we think just the cost of paying off interest on debt is going to pass all the defense spending over the next 10 years. So that's going to be a bigger part of the budget going forward.
If it passes defense, it's long past spending on education, right?
That's right.
Let's talk about how worried you are for the finances of this country here, on a short-term basis and a long-term basis. I hear we're going to run out of cash sometime by the summertime?
Well, that's right. That's right. And, you know, Treasury could take their extraordinary measures at some point and handle things. They seem to have been able to do that all the time.
But long-term, are you concerned about the finances of the country?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's one of those things where we're on a course that's very difficult. We think, and we've been saying this for a while, that in the long run that this is unsustainable. Deficits are growing, debt's growing. At some point we're going to break a record, and it's going to get to a very, very high level that we've never experienced before.